I do remember playing Oregon Trail on that green and black screen on the Apple IIe in a little closet, and it would always tell me that a family member had died of dysentery. And I never knew what dysentery meant, but from the context, I figured, oh, this can't be good, and I would move on. And I do remember finally not Googling, but looking up or asking somebody what dysentery meant. And when I found out, I was like, whoa, that's a lot worse than I envisioned. So when I was in school, we had to ask the teacher for a floppy disk, and she had to check to make sure all of our work was done. It took a while for that computer to boot up. And now kids have this basically at their fingertips. If I'm not watching their computer closely, they probably can get on Oregon Trail and play. But again, sometimes it's okay to not be in that technology and make real life competitions, even if it doesn't exactly mirror the things that happened in Oregon Trail. We still follow the path that they followed, and I give them a story every day so they do have some background. It allows us to drive things home for the students. So at the end of the last project, when we finished studying Andrew Jackson, I asked them to make a connection to their own lives, and a lot of them related it to current day history. I think a lot of history is almost cyclical. It almost comes full circle. We haven't always learned from our mistakes. We don't always treat people nicely. And that's what, even as a language arts teacher, after 8 years of teaching with a social studies teacher, I've kind of got some of that American history under my belt. The kids need to understand that we weren't always nice. We weren't always kind. It wasn't always easy. We had to fight. And we've come a long way, but we're not there yet.
We're learning about like how people moved like from Missouri and like how they're moving to like the lush valleys of Oregon.
I think that they definitely had it very much harder than us. I think that a lot of people now have a lot more freedom, and it's easier for us to transport and get things. And I do think what happened shaped our world today into a better place.
So this project was created when I started at Towles New Tech 8 years ago out of necessity. It's March, it's right before spring break, the kids get really squirrely, we have a lot of referrals and behaviors, and we needed a way to motivate the students to want to learn about material and not be on their computers all day. So we started creating a project that would move the kids across the map. They start in Independence, Missouri, and play games to move their little token, which is points. So each day we play a different game. It gets the kids out of their seats, it gets them interactive, it builds teams, and the students are really energetic as opposed to wanting to misbehave. So it's not exactly the Oregon Trail game that people see on the computer, but there is a story that goes with each daily game, and it drives the students and motivates the students to want to win that day. Towles New Tech is a project-based learning school, and the language arts and social studies teachers all teach together. They always have since the school started 8+ years ago. And I think it's a really powerful way of incorporating history into writing. They're not learning anything less than any other child in the district, but they are learning 21st century skills. They're learning how to work as a team. They're learning how to problem solve. They learn collaboration skills. They learn communication skills. It doesn't always go well. And sometimes our best opportunities to learn are when it doesn't go well.
I think that like the people here are more like social and everything, and that like we all get along with each other and there's like no differences between one another.
I love that our teachers are very engaged and they love to help us understand things when we can't understand them correctly. And I feel like they definitely try their best, and I've learned a lot from my teachers. A lot of the time at other schools, I had teachers that didn't really know how to help me understand, but the teachers here at Towles are very understanding and they help me as a person.